What's up everyone, Tim here, aka FUFan21, bringing you week 3 of the MMC. Last week we had a howler, yeah, I think howler is the correct term, against Jay, and this week we have a very difficult opponent against us. We have Steve SBU, coach of the Haus of Mouse. And Steve is doing pretty well for himself, as always, because he has a very scary draft. Yeah, he has a great Sun core with Torkoal setting up the Sun and a Raikou and a Roaring Mid. I refuse to call this thing by its regular name because it's just not that good. To both make use of that Sun with their photosynthesis ability. He has a Ogerpon Water or a Wellspring Mask to soak up any water type hits coming his way, so that's great protection for the Torkoal. Alamamola and Slowking give him a great regenerator core. That's gonna be annoying to beat. A Drifblim that is also always very annoying to deal with once it has its Unburden up with Strength Sap, Will-O-Wisp and all that. A Dashbun that can absorb any fire type moves that are annoying for things like Virizion before Terra, because Virizion is one of its Terra captains with Terra Fighting, Fire and Steel, and Mudsdale is his second Terra captain with Ground, Fairy and Water. So yeah, very strong team. Looking at these Pokemon, I think the following 6 are coming. Again, I don't think Roaring Mid is coming because I have the perfect counter in Iron Valiant. And if he brings it, I'll be prepared. Wellspring is kind of iffy. I don't think he's really all that worried about me firing off water type moves this battle. Dashbun is not coming because, again, not really worrying for the fire type moves that are fired off. And Drifblim is a iffy, but I think Torkoal, Mudsdale, Slowking, Alamamola are a great defensive pairing, so I think those are coming over the Drifblim, but Drifblim is the biggest iffy for me, just like the Ogerpon, because Ogerpon can do more than just absorb water type moves, but again, I think those are kind of iffy. We start off with Hot Mummy the Moltres. Kind of a name change because of course I now have Braviary and Bird Mummy is better for Braviary, so I went with Hot Mummy for the Moltres. Very defensive set, max HP, much defensive investment. A little bit that I could have missed on the defense is going into special attack. With a modest nature, so Flamethrower and Air Slash are doing great damage against the Ogerpon, for example. U-turn just to get out of there and Roost to get Moltres back up, because that was something I really missed in my battle against Jay last week, so I decided to bring Roost over Scorching Sands. Braviary, Bird Mummy is going to be my physical sweeper in the end, hopefully, with enough speed with +2 speed to outspeed a +1 Roaring Moon, I believe. With max attack, Jolly Nature, this thing can hit like a truck because of sheer force. Extra multipliers I'm giving it is Terra Normal, so Body Slam gets another 50% boost, and a Life Orb that is also giving a 30% boost above on the Sheer Force, and Sheer Force is going to negate the recoil, of course, that I'm going to take. I went with Terra Normal because there's only a single resistance before Terra Sterilization, and that is the Drifblim. For Drifblim, I of course have dual Wing Beat, and there are no steel types, and no rock types, but with Terra Steel on the Virizion, I decided to go for close combat in case it goes for Terra Steel, and I can go it that way. Spook Mummy the Miss Magus is going to be a Scarf Breaker for me. Shadow Bolt, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt and Trick. Tricking the Scarf onto things like a supportive Drifblim, a supportive Dash Bun, a Mudsdale, Torkoal, Alamomola, all kind of suffer normally from getting that Scarf, so that's always great. Shadow Ball is great into most of his team. Dazzling Gleam is to kill the Roaring Moon, of course, and Thunderbolt is there for the Alamomola mainly. I gave it Braviary also in case I don't want to click Terra Normal. I don't see a reason why, but in case I need to, I can always click Braviary on the Miss Magus. Alolan Muck as my mixed wall. Enough defense investment to live an Earthquake from the Roaring Moon. To always live a hit from Ogerpon Wellspring, from Virizion. And I can also live a max attack Adamant Earthquake from Mudsdale with this set, although I don't want to take on the Mudsdale, of course. Poison Jab, Drain Punch, Knockoff, Shadow Sneak, kind of a standard set. Poison Jab to get stab damage off into Alamomola, Ogerpon, Virizion, Raging Bolt, Torkoal, Dashbun, just to have a higher chance to poison with Poison Touch, which has been very unlucky for me, but let's hope today is the day. Drain Punch to keep itself healthy, Knockoff for support, and Shadow Sneak to finish off an opponent that is on low health. Ogerpon, aka Mask Mummy, is going to be a more of supportive set with max speed to speed tie in the worst case scenario with Ogerpon Wellspring. Max HP just to take hits very well. Ivy Cudgel, Stomping Tantrum, U-Turn and Spikes. So main thing is I want to get Spikes up against Steve, and with U-Turn I can get out of a sticky situation. Stomping Tantrum is mainly there so I can hit the Torkoal and Raging Bolt for super effective damage, and Ivy Cudgel with Scope Lens has a decent chance to crit, so even though I don't have any attack investment, I will be hitting things for pretty decent damage with Ivy Cudgel. And I forgot to add the sound for Garchomp, but Rough Mummy is definitely coming as a setup sweeper this week. Max attack and Jolly Nature and 200 speed is enough to, after a skill shot, outspeed everything. Loaded dice skill shot just for big damage, and I want to get 4 hits, of course. Dragon Claw is there in case I need more accuracy for the kill, and Earthquake. Dragon and Ground is very hard for Steve to resist. Basically nothing takes it. Takes both Dragon and Ground. You of course can terrestrialize version into a Steel type to resist the Dragon, but I hit it super effectively with Earthquake after that. And besides, version isn't very physical bulky, and Mudsdale is physical bulky, and Ground is always a neutral hit into it, so that's nice. So these... Okay, these are the 6 Pokemon that are going to come this week. So yeah, let's make contact with Steve, and I see you all in the battle.
So here we are with Steve, and no Torkoal. Okay, did not expect no Torkoal. I see a Glowbro though. I see no Virizion, but I do see a Mudsdale. And the other 4 were correct, right? Nope. Nope, no Alamola, Alamomola, and it's a Drifblim. Okay, what do I want to lead off with? Could start off with my Ogerpon, just because I think it's a decent start. Could also go for you though. Does do well against most things, but I think Ogerpon is the better starting point. Does he have removal? Perhaps Drifblim gets defog, but besides that, I don't think so. We don't see a Dash Bun. I'm gonna start. I see no Torkoal, no Virizion, no Alomomola. Do I end up with 6 Pokemon on my screen? 2, 4, 6. That's correct. And I am going to see if I am correct about the no Dries coded. Okay. And 3. Let's see. He could outspeed, of course. Ogerpon against Drif Blim. I'm not doing all that much against it. Could U-turn out. And Drifblim does of course get Defog, but I'm not sure if it gets it in this generation. So I am quickly looking that up because I have time. And let's see, Drifblim does get Defog. Okay, that is very good to know. And what's my best switch in? I think it's Muck. Muck or Moltres, depending on what I think is going to happen. Okay, so no Scarf. Is it going to click Will-O-Wisp into my Muck? Is it going for a Ghost type move? Let's see. Moltres. Hex does about 20%, and I can honestly roost it off. So if I say he is max special attack, modest, because why not? And instead of Hex we say Shadow Ball. It does do not all that much. We go for the Moltres. If he goes for Willow, that's fine. Yep. Almost like a perfect read. Pretty much like a perfect read, but yeah. Drifblim has Will-O-Wisp and no lefties, so that's all good to know. Switch in probably the Raging Bolt or the Mudsteel, right? I don't see, yeah, Roaring Moon can be a flamethrower resist. We go for it. Let's see. Dries Coded goes out into Throat Goat, so that's probably Raging Bolt. Yep, Raging Bolt. That did a chunky bit of damage, about 20%. So that tells me he is offensive. And we do have Muck for this, and even though it's not the greatest switch in or greatest counter to this, I mean the best counter I have by far is the Garchomp, let's be honest, because Skill Shots can two-shot it and Dragon Claw can two-shot it. So in case he wants to click Thunderclap, I of course go hard. And what is he going to do? Is it Calm Mind? Is it straight up T-Bolt? Draco, drop a Draco. And that did a decent amount of damage, honestly. Let's see. Muck, Draco, Meteor. I am at 254. So he did 38%. So this is no boosting item, no special attack boosting item. Draco Meteor. What is the best weighted thing to do? Mudsteel is... we go for knockoff. because I don't expect it to stay in. Roaring mid. That's exactly what I have on this. And he is going to lose his protective pads. Okay. Protective pads knocked off. Let's see. Roaring Moon. Acrobatics without a item into muck is not doing all that much if he has Earthquake. Earthquake. 2-4. That's a good chance to kill, honestly. I am switching out into Moltres, I think. Because I think Moltres should be able to handle the Roaring Moon. And let's see what the... I mean, Dragon Dance isn't out of the question. For real. Knockoff, that's... Oh, that's a crit. Do we get the Flame Body? Of course not! Because why would I ever get a Flame Body? I mean, you've seen me complain about this stuff. I went to 149. That means it did 61%. So he isn't max attack adamant, so probably Jolly. I reckon. So he shouldn't be able to kill me from here, so I'm just clicking Roost and keep myself healthy. Do we go back out into the Roaring Moon? Roaring Moon! The Raging Bolt. And I reckon he's probably dropping another Draco. Raging Bolt. A Draco Meteor into me. Draco Meteor. I am at 341. 341, sorry. Draco Meteor is a definite kill. If I go into Muck, I should be able to live. And we know knock off on the Roaring Moon. He is chipping me down though, and I do not like that full switch. Okay. Volt switch into what? Mudsdale is the best answer he has. Curious to see a Mudsdale against Moltres with... Oh, fuck off. Mudsdale, defensive, Terra Water with Terra Blast. Huh, funny. He cannot kill me, even with max attack. Roaring Moon. Let's see, we know knockoff. Moon. Without an item. Probably Jolly. If he clicks... Let's see, this is my muck. 173. If he clicks Earthquake. That's a kill. Everything else, like knockoff, shouldn't kill me. So I'm clicking Drain Punch and just see what happens, because Dragon Dance, let's go, made the right call. Because not only am I getting healed by about 50%. Oh no, I'm doing around 50%, my bad. 249, he is now plus. Let's go, finally some Poison Touch luck. If I go out into the Moltres without an item, he shouldn't be able to kill me at 341. 341. Yeah, Acrobatics does have a big chance of killing me, but besides that, I mean, Moltres is mainly my Roaring Moon answer, so yeah. Let's see what he wants to go for. If he clicks Roost, I am pretty effed. Not gonna lie. Dragon Claw. That's... I tanked that, basically. Dragon Claw. 160. So from 89 to 42. 89, that's about 45%. So he isn't even fully invested in that case. In case I live, I'm clicking Roost. Dragon Claw, let's see. Okay. That's fair, but honestly I don't think I need Moltres all that much anymore. Roaring mid kills Moltres with Dragon Claw, and Muk Alola kills Roaring mid with Poison Touch damage. So at least I am not going to get 6-0'd. Nice. I am going into Mask Mummy. Hopefully setting up some T-Spikes now. Cow! That's the Mudsdale. That's honestly Mudsdale against my Ogre Pawn. Even Body Press isn't doing all that much damage into me. Max defensive impish, Body Press should do 30% max, so I am setting up spikes here. While he probably hard swaps. At least I have. I honestly don't see another thing he would be able to do here, so... besides terrestrializing, and he could go Terra, Fairy, Water, or Ground, and I reckon it'd be Fairy. Ground, okay. Interesting. Terra, Ground. Ground. Earthquake does do 32% max. Without investment. If he is max invested, he is doing about 40. 226 means 226, it did 38%, so this is probably max attack element. Mudsdale probably max attack element. I think an Ivy Cudgel would work here. Okay. What is coming out? Is it Ogre-Pawn? Aww. That's a fair amount of damage. It's a crit! Nice. That's why I run, of course, the scope lens, so... New turn, because I know I don't take damage. Not a crit. Steve, I'm sorry about the crits, but it's strategy. It's called strategy and you know it. I reckon Muck. I don't see a reason why not go Muck here. So let's go, Slime Mummy. If he willows, he willows. Like I said, if he willows, he willows. That's fine. I don't like it being burned, of course, but looking at everything else I had, the Miss Mage's switch-in is too dangerous, because if he clicks a Shadow Ball, I'm dead. This thing can take it, but cannot after that, and Braviary is also a physical attacker, so honestly, this was the best I Muck is the best thing to get burned, besides Ogrepon, of course, with all the crits that it can go for. No berry, please. Poison touch, that's nice. What did I knock off? I knocked off a boots. Okay, so Driftblim is probably Aftermath and not whatchamacallit, Unburden. Let's see, Muck against Driftblim while being burned. Let's say he doesn't have an item anymore. A knockoff should be around a kill here, so let's go. If he strength sap. Oh, I forgot that was a thing. Willow, defog, strength, sap. So this is a full-on supportive Driftblim, probably. Probably Aftermath. I see no reason to not click knockoff. If anything comes in, I knock off an item besides the Ogrepon Wellspring, and honestly, that's okay. His strength saps are going to recover him less and less, and yeah, I don't actually mind it all that much. I could go for Mismag here, but again, I am fearing a Shadow Ball too much. Here, like I said, Hex. If I switched it all in here, I would have been done for. So, glad I didn't do it. Here, I think I am going to switch it in. Because I think a Strength Sap is coming out, it's gonna heal hit 112 HP. So a Shadow Ball is going to hurt. And no Roaring Moon means no straight up resistance. I called it right, let's go. If this is max HP and max special defense, I still should be able to KO it from here. This is about 50%, and according to my calcs, Shadow Ball should do between 56.3 and 66.6 if this is max special defensive. So a Shadow Ball is free here. He doesn't have a resisting switch in, so I'm going to click it. And I am curious to see what is switching into this. The Mudsteel. Mudsteel hasn't taken any damage yet, so let's see how much it does here. That's AV, it's gotta be Assault Vested. Mudsteel. No! It just does that little. Okay, does Mudsteel have anything to hurt me? Mudsteel. Earthquake, Endeavor, Facade, Heavy Slam, Lash Out. Let's see. Max Attack, Heavy Slam, and Lash Out. Lash Out has a chance to kill at max attack. Heavy Slam cannot kill me. I cannot click Trick anymore. I go into Ogre to see what he wants to go for. If he doesn't click... I'm just gonna scout here if he clicks Lash Out, Heavy Slam or whatever. Because even... yeah, I've seen what he can do to me. Rest. Okay, rest. And... yeah, Resto Chesto. Okay. Earthquake. Rest. He's at +1 in defense. So my Ivy Gotcha does about 30, and unless I crit, then it does do over 50%. So roll of the dice, give... oh. Is it going to be another Drifblim? Evil Man. That's going to be the Cloaking. Slowking Galar. Without a crit, I did. He is Fizz Def, I reckon, because Fizz Def 15.4 to 17.2. Best switch for Cloaking. Obviously Muck. Let's go. U-turn. That's a crit. Scope lens is so funny, honestly. I'm going out to the Slime Mummy. I reckon a Chili Reception, because who in their right mind would stay in? Ice Beam. Do I live the burn? I do. I still have one more turn. Let's see. I want to see what he goes for. A hard switch into probably Drifblim. Yeah, Drifblim. So Muck. Lola dies to Wisp burn from Drifblim, and Drifblim gets a kill, of course. Yeah, I can go for big offense here with this, because I know I 3-hit KO the Mudstill, and with Earthquake and Rest, I'm not sure if it has the coverage to... okay, he gives me the Drifblim. That's nice. Miss Mag... Miss Mages kills Drifblim with Shadow Ball. And... yeah. The intel on the Drifblim can go. He now has Glowbro with Ice Beam. Oh. Ice Beam. And max defense, as far as I am concerned of. Elliot is probably the Ogre. Yep. And Wellspring Ogre Pawn against Miss Mages, kills with Ivy Cudgel. If I go out into my Ogre Pawn, I take the Ivy Cudgel pretty decently, so yeah, why not? I made it to speed tie it, so... and after that I have a free U-turn. I want to see something. Garchomp. Ivy Cudgel, as I expected. I should be tanking. Yep. And I want to get spikes up. Slowking Galar. Shuka. Max, if I am at +2. Oh, even with Shuka at +2, I need chip. But I have spikes now, so that's something. And my crit U-turn did more than 30%, so... Wellspring... Ivy... Gutshell... Could go for Stomping, see if he is indeed... so I can burn up his Shuka Berry if he runs it. Ogerpon, Shuka, he still takes 15%. And a crit does do about 20. What's my switch? And if I U-turn, Miss Magus. And Miss Magus takes not all that much. We go for U-turn. If he stays in, I can trick it, which is fine. Because there's nothing that's going to be faster. Yeah, okay, the Ogerpon, but I cannot trick the Ogerpon. Raging Bolt is whatever. Ice Beam should take it. Less tanking than I would have liked. 180. So that's 31%. So there is a little bit of investment. I'm clicking trick here. What am I going to give it to? Please say the Mudstill. Elliot, damn it. I cannot trick this. How much would I have just for funsies? Wellspring, Shadow Ball, could have... After spikes? Definitely 2 of it. Oh, damn it. That's unfortunate. Ivy Cudgel. Garchomp. Gets 2-shotted by this. So we go to my Ogre. If he clicks U-turn, he clicks U-turn, I guess. If I went into Braviary, Trailblaze. Braviary tanks Ivy Cudgel, so that's good to know. He's definitely outspeeding me here, so... Maybe he's scared I'm Scarfed? Because I could be. Let's see. Ivy Cudgel, okay. Ogerpon, Wellspring kills Ogerpon with Ivy Cudgel. Trailblaze. I mean, Ogerpon has been very useful this game. Ivy Cudgel, dual wing beat kills. He still has a Raging Bolt though, so... And that's +1 against my +2. I outspeed it though. Dual wing beat kills this. If I hit Terra normal, I kill also with Body Slam. Curious to see what he wants to go into. If he doesn't stay in though. This is going to be a big moment for me. Because I got this bird as a Terra Captain and now it has to prove its worth to me, basically. He stays in. So he either U-turns, and U-turn doesn't do all that much. It does 40-ish% max. He doesn't have a ghost type anymore. Ivy Cudgel, I should live. Let's go. And Braviary kills Ogerpon Wellspring with Body Slam. Let's go. And Braviary is faster than the Glow King and Mudsdale. Mudsdale... Throat Goat, okay. Raging Bolt. Thunderclap is clapping my cheeks. For sure. Spook Mommy. If he doesn't Thunderclap and just goes for the Draco Meteor, it is what it is. I can go out into Garchomp at that point, I think. Because oh, he has Dragon Pulse as well. I live. Ooh. Exciting. Let's see. Miss Mag. Dragon Pulse. Would he be scarfed? Is my question. Eyeshadow Ball. He isn't scarfed, I think. That's great chip, but Death Drop doesn't matter because Dragon Pulse is going to take me out now. So, Raging Bolt kills Miss Mages with Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse. And I think this can be a switch into Rough Mommy. And just fire off a... No. Raging Bolt. Garchomp. Skill Shot is definitely killing this, but if he switches out into his Mudsdale, I basically let him go up for free. Oh, I don't think I have things left for the Mudsdale. Ground. If I go +2, I have to risk it. He's scarfed. I had it in mind, but GG's. Raging Bolt is going to clean me. Kills Garchomp with Dragon Pulse, and Raging Bolt kills Braviary with Dragon Pulse. Yeah, I mean, I know he's going to outspeed me and kill me, so I might as well get all the formalities out of the way. And 0-1. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's not thunderclapping because I know he has to click whatever. Now I get why he swapped into this. So yeah, GG's to Steve. Too bad. But again, a better showing than last week, so that's all we can ask for at this point, I think. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good one. GG's again to Steve, and hopefully see you all next week. Bye.